2,000 headstones, all Confederate soldiers who died at Camp Chase. The cemetery on Sullivan Avenue is what remains of the Civil War camp. As many as 25,000 Confederate soldiers passed through its gates. Many never left.
It's just a bad situation. It was, they were prisoners. They were POWs.
Lois Neff is a historian with the Hilltop Historical Society. She says a fact many people don't know is that these headstones don't actually sit where a soldier is buried.
There could be bodies buried north and south and east and west of the cemetery because this was just no man's land during the Civil War.
A no man's land, some say, is haunted. Flowers have mysteriously been placed at the tomb of Benjamin Allen. Some have seen apparitions. Others have heard a woman crying. It happened during a reenactment in 1988. Lois says she's never seen the ghost, but confirms there was a lady in gray, a Confederate sympathizer who tossed flowers over the cemetery wall.
The actual veiled lady of Camp Chase was a real person, and this was Louisiana Randolph Briggs.
Abe Bartlett thinks he may have seen her ghost. 2 years ago, he was filling up his car just down the road from the cemetery.
Saw what I thought looked like a woman walking towards the cemetery.
Abe says she caught his eye. He ran to the sidewalk, but she vanished.
I got weird vibes from it.
He then drove by the cemetery. It was empty, but was it?
What we're hearing is a female voice screaming, "I will not deny my baby."
Jason Colwell is a ghost hunter. He's investigated over 100 hauntings in Ohio using cameras, recorders, and high-tech devices to monitor electromagnetic disturbances. We asked him to look for paranormal activity at Camp Chase.
Hello, is anybody here? Sometimes they respond to questions, sometimes they just butt in and start to talk over us while we're doing our thing. So we have no EMF change. Some ghosts are maybe people who have not gone to the other side. I think sometimes they just stick around and leave a little bit later.
But finding evidence isn't as easy as taking a photo.
It's about being at the right place at the right time. Were you picking something up?
Jason and his assistant, Jason Robertson, didn't find anything conclusive at Camp Chase, but they looked over the evidence again. Jason says during playback, they often hear sounds they didn't pick up in person.
It ranges from voices screaming that we don't actually hear when we're there to whispers that we can barely even hear on the playback.
There may have been a hit on our audio, and it happened during my interview with Jason Robertson. He says when he amplified the audio, he heard a whisper. Take a listen.
Somebody whispering? Is anyone talking?
I didn't hear a whisper, but who's to say it's not there? As far as evidence on the pictures, like an orb or a blur,
Everything came up negative.
a disappointment.
That happens. I mean, 9 times out of 10, like I told you before, we go out to these places and we can come back with nothing. It does not confirm nor deny that there's actually a haunting there.
No evidence to confirm or deny the lady in gray.